Hello and welcome to Newsroom series, this edition covering the Southeast. I am Bukola Koka. Reprieve has come for commuters plying the Owerri-Onitsha Federal Dual Carriage Road, especially at kilometer 1+800, kilometer 2+500 and kilometer 2+800, as the federal government, through the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, FERMA, has completed some rehabilitation work under its special intervention program named Operation Connect to Your Destination. During an inspection tour on the project along Onitsha-Owerri Federal Road, head of the inspection team for Imo, Anambra and Enugu states from the headquarters, Chijioke Ukpabi, lauds the initiative of the Chukwuemeka Agbasi-led FERMA for improving the riding comfort of road users across the country. He adds that the initiative is in line with the renewed hope agenda of the President Bola Tinubu administration.
This was the former state of the Amoka Ozara or Apu Road in Oru West local government area of Imo State, linking the Owerri-Onitsha dual carriageway, a stretch that has been dilapidated and impassable for several years. However, under FEMA's initiative tagged Operation Connected Destination, an initiative aimed at easing traffic flow and solving problems related to traffic congestion, the agency has been rehabilitating bad roads to ease movements for motorists. To inspect the level of work done on the road so far, an inspection team for Imo, Anambra and Enugu states arrived from the headquarters in Abuja, and they expressed their satisfaction.
As you can see, they've done 100% of this particular spot we are in now. You know, this is a good initiative, and we hope that as more funding comes to FEMA, more of these programs will be initiated. Okay. Yeah, because we've looked around the key performance indicators that we targeted have already been met. You know, we've seen the work done here is 100% complete. So we are satisfied.
The team also moves to the stretch of the Onitsha-Owerri Federal Road on the Anambra axis, where the agency also carried out remedial works.
As part of the works we did here, really was they were in two sections. We did scarification of field sections. We did filling with laterite and stone beams, and of course asphaltic wearing, concrete wearing. First section is 89 meters. Then the second one is 90. But the two sections of the road, we were able to make about 3.1 kilometer of road motorable.
We are at kilometer 1+800. Of course, the management team from headquarters FEMA has come to inspect the extent of work we are carrying out. The work is a special intervention program that we flagged off last year, December, tagged Operation Connect Your Destination. The essence, of course, is to improve the riding comfort of road users. Initially, at this section, road users found it very difficult to transit. This section was critically failed. So we felt it was necessary for us to bring this particular intervention program to this road, which is important to the states and to Nigeria in general because of the level of traffic and commerce that goes on here.
Although the road users and motorists commend the federal government for the rehabilitation works on this road, we are asking government to expedite action in rehabilitating other critically failed sections.
Immediately rainfall, the road is worse than no bike, no motor can apply on it. But now, even though rainfall, I'm talking to you, bike can apply it, motor can apply but even though big truck can apply on it.
Thank them for the one that they do. I know, I believe that the one that remaining, they will fix it. Everything will be fine. No, I thank them very, very much. They are trying.
Due to the renewed commitment of the Federal Road Maintenance Agency to improve the socio-economic value of roads across the country, Nigerians are hoping to have a better road experience in 2024. Eyito Kwekute, Channels Television News.
And in a bid to diversify the economy and achieve 0% poverty headcount index, the Enugu State Governor, Dr. Peter Mbah, has reiterated his commitment to partner with both local and foreign investors in agro-allied businesses and energy. The governor made this known when he received an audience. Delegations from the African Development Bank and the Skipper Cell Group at the Government House in Enugu State. The governor, who identified agriculture and energy as critical sectors for the state's economic growth, said the state will partner the African Development Bank and the Skipper Cell Group to scale up production, build a special agro-processing zone in order to have zero post-harvest losses, as well as sustainable power supply in the state.
We're going to be collaborating with AFDB and the Skipper Group in making sure that not only that we scale up our production, but also we build the special agro-processing zones. And the idea is so that we're able to ensure that we have zero post-harvest losses and also process and add value to agro-produce. And that's essentially what we're here for. But beyond also agriculture, we know that we require power. We need electricity. And we have also engaged in discussing how we can have Enugu not only lighted up, but also ensure we have constant electricity supply.
While the Director General, Nigeria Country Department of the African Development Bank, Mr. Lamin Barrow, said Enugu was chosen in the second phase of project development because of its richness in growing cashew, soybeans, palm oil, cassava, maize, among other food chain productions. The President's Skipper Cell Group, Jitendra Sachdeva, said the aim of the visit was to seek collaboration with the states to establish a green special agro-allied industrial zone, as they had done in Katsina State.
Enugu State, we have agreed today to come and do the green special agro-allied industrial zone, which is exactly in line with what we have done in Katsina. Katsina is the one which has gone far ahead, and this is falling in the requirement and the design of African Development Bank aided 8 projects which are spread up across east is I think Imo and which is the other state? Cross River, Kwara, Lagos, Abuja and some more states, even Ogun is there.
Phase 2 will support the implementation of an SAPZ project in Enugu State and other states across Nigeria, and each state has a competitive advantage in select strategic crops. The governor mentioned, the crops like cassava, soybean, and livestock, maize, and where the state has comparative and competitive advantage. So essentially, what the SAPZ is doing is to help develop value chains for these crops.
The Abia State Governor, Dr. Alex Otti, has urged investors to take advantage of the numerous investment opportunities and improved business environment in the state, saying his government would support legitimate investors to boost the economy, create wealth, and take people out of poverty. Speaking at an event in Umuahia, Governor Otti says Abia has become a strategic investment zone for businesses, for business planning, particularly for those who want to tap into a new frontier of opportunities. The governor further says anyone who is willing to invest in Abia will get his administration's support.
This event is a major testimony to the faith members of the business community are beginning to have in our dear state, Abia, and the opportunities for steady enterprise growth that it promises. Therefore, gladdens my heart that Abia is actively gaining the genuine interest and unmistakable attention of members of the local and international business community. We promised at the inception of this administration that we shall be a business-friendly government, adopting robust initiatives to enhance our ease of doing business ranking, supporting micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises, and most importantly, improving our stock of human capital through various capacity-building initiatives, including consistent investments in education and health.
A tunnel suspected to serve as a route for kidnappers to transport their victims into the bush has been uncovered in Lekwesi community in Umunochi local government area of Abia State. The State Police Commissioner, Kenechukwu Onwemele, revealed this while leading a team from Operation Crush and state government officials to 2 schools allegedly seized by kidnappers in Lekwesi community. The police chief notes that the schools visited have been in a state of disrepair for an extended period, highlighting that renovating them would hinder criminals from utilizing them as hideouts. The special advisor to the governor on security matters, MacDonald Uba, highlighted that kidnappers exploited the presence of unfinished roads surrounding the schools in the area, which had persisted through successive administrations in the state and made it easy for them to use the schools as their hideouts. He emphasized that the Abia state government is committed to completing the roads and revitalizing the schools in order to force the kidnappers out of the area. The Ebonyi state government has promised to reform the basic education sector for better efficiency and effectiveness. This was disclosed in Abakaliki, the state capital, during a roundtable on setting the agenda for reforming basic education in the state, organized by the State Ministry of Education in partnership with non-governmental and civil society organizations. The Commissioner for Education, Primary and Secondary, Mr. Paul Nwoboshi, stated that the Nwifuru-led government is set to tackle the challenges surrounding the education sector. Well, staying with that, Chairman, National Union of Teachers, Ebonyi State, Akechi Francis, is asking the state government to improve on the welfare of teachers as well as recruit more in the rural areas where they are usually assigned huge responsibilities with no provision of basic facilities for teaching. And still to come on Newsroom series, these are good times for the people of Anambra State as the distribution of food, empowerment materials and cash is ongoing by the Labour Party. We'll bring you details of this and more after the break. Join us again. Welcome back. Now, these are good times for the people of Anambra State in various districts as the distribution of food, empowerment material and cash holds sway from leaders of the Labour Party. While the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 general election presents a check of 75 million naira to the Immaculate Heart of Mary Specialist Hospital, Mukpo, Idemili North local government area, the senators representing Anambra North and Central senatorial districts distribute some palliatives provided by the federal government to their constituents. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 general election, Mr. Peter Obi, arrives at the premises of Immaculate Heart of Mary Specialist Hospital, Mukpo, Idemili North local government area of Anambra State, and is received by the hospital authorities. He is here to support the hospital with cash donations raised through his network of friends and his personal funds.
Immaculate Heart of Mary Specialist Hospital houses many people caring for the sick and all kinds of sicknesses. We also do a lot of charity works here in the sense that some patients at the end of the day are unable to pay their bills. And so, by way of compassion, sometimes we write them off. Now, this money given to us by His Excellency will go a long way to helping us to care for our patients.
We need to have a developed system. And if we can take care of people's health, institutions like this are in difficulty because, as you know, they're not getting government support. They're treating people, including the poor people, who are not able to pay for everything. So they're managing. So individuals like me should come to their aid and support them. And I've been doing that for years. And that's what I do in order to be able to contribute.
Authorities at the hospital are grateful for the gesture, which they say will go a long way to help patients. Elsewhere, It's an array of various empowerment items, including boats for the riverine people, as well as bags of rice, all for the Anambra North senatorial constituents and other beneficiaries, provided by the senator representing the area, Tony Nwoye, to support the over 13,000 beneficiaries under his constituency. They were presented at the Basilica of the Most Holy Trinity in Onitsha.
These items were items for the Anambra North senatorial district and some people outside Anambra North, in Central and South. Everyone in Central and South are represented here, who were part of my foundation before now. But majority of people who are here are from Anambra North. Majority came from Anambra North and holding their mandate. It has nothing to do with politics, it has to do with thanking God and giving back to society.
And for the Anambra Central Senatorial Zone, Senator Victor Ume gathers his constituents at the St. Andrew's Catholic Church Field in Anaucha local government area of the state, where he gave out scholarships to about 200 students. He also comes bearing gifts from the federal government rice palliatives, totaling 124 metric tons to be distributed across the 7 local government areas in the Central Senatorial District.
There's no amount of palliative federal government to bring out that must finish within 1 week. And the problems will continue. Let government tackle the economic problems in Nigeria so that people will have access to better living, people will have job, employment will be there for people, people will put their hands on work, they should learn skills and do things.
While acknowledging that this is a great gesture, he urges the federal government to implement policies that would permanently empower people and ease their hardship.
Yes, the coordinators.
And now let's take a closer look at developmental issues in Anambra State, as we have joining us to discuss this the senator representing Anambra Central Senatorial District, Senator Victor Umahi of the Labour Party. Thank you for joining us, Senator Victor Ume of the Labour Party. Pardon me, Senator Victor Ume of the Labour Party. Thank you for joining us, Senator Ume.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me this afternoon.
Indeed, you're welcome. Let's take a closer look at the developmental issues affecting your constituents, starting with the palliatives. What's the criteria for distribution?
No, the criteria is that the food provided, that is the rice, should go to all the people within the senatorial district. People who are vulnerable, people who are on the poor, on the lower rung of the ladder, people who cannot afford these items. So this rice, which was made available through the initiative of the federal government with the National Assembly to provide emergency food supply for the Christmas season. The rice is meant to go to everybody, irrespective of your creed, irrespective of your party, irrespective of your calling. So that was what we did, and the rice was shared to the 109 wards, electoral wards in Anambra Central Senatorial District equally, and people were mandated to go down to the wards and make sure that this rice got to the people targeted by the scheme.
And just to be sure, people are getting these palliatives regardless of their political affiliation, bearing in mind that Anambra is an APGA-led state.
Well, the initiative is to fight hunger, to alleviate the sufferings of the people. So you would expect that it is not something that should be done along any divisions. It's for everybody, because every citizen is entitled to succor and relief. So it is not done on the basis of party, whether you have APGA, PDP, Labour Party, or APC. The citizens of Anambra Central Senatorial Districts were the targets. In fact, the way the food items were shared
I am very happy because even up till now, I'm still getting reports of door-to-door distribution of these items to the elderly, to the destitute homes, orphanages. They got all these items and they've been calling me to acknowledge receipt. So I'm quite happy the way the things had gone to the people the National Assembly and the government of Nigeria intended it to be.
Well, Senator Ume, given the harsh economic realities where inflation is almost monthly diminishing the purchasing power of Nigerians, surely the needs of Anambra people, your constituents, will go beyond what grinding machines, bags of rice can ameliorate. So what are you doing and your other colleagues, at the Senate to provide skills and empowerment, other forms of empowerment through jobs for particularly the youths of Anambra State?
You're very correct. I did point out during the distribution of this rice that the palliatives are good, well-intended, but will not solve the problem because these items given out will last for about 1 week at most. The rice will finish. There's no amount of palliatives government will provide that will solve the hardship in the country today. I've been in the village for 1 month with the people, so I felt their pains. You could see how they are struggling to meet their daily needs without success. So I pointed out that government should re-engineer its efforts towards revamping the economy of Nigeria, making more jobs available to the youths and the citizens, getting more hands engaged in productive activities, like using the youth to steam up agricultural activities. Production is very critical for the economic woes of this country to go away. These palliatives are items that you consume, but we need to be producing things. Consumption without production will continue to put hardship on the economy. So I believe that the way to go is to invest in the critical sectors and ensure that productivity is increased. There will be growth in the GDP. Then the Naira, which is being battered on a daily basis, should be shored up. Its value should be shored up. Today, the Naira exchanges for about 1,400 Naira to $1. It's very heart-rending. And unless we do those things that will bring these figures down, including inflation, no matter the palliatives you give out to people, the economic hardship will persist. So we in the National Assembly, we've been collaborating with the government of Nigeria to ensure that government is able to implement its programs that will turn this economy around. In the budget of 2024, the National Assembly even enhanced the budget from 27.70 trillion naira to 28.70 trillion naira. That is to show that the National Assembly is fully aware of the need for emergency action in the economy of Nigeria. And government should be given all the support to try.
Indeed, and we hope that your collaborations with the federal government will produce results. There's a lot more even in that budget component, but we must anchor the conversation at this point. We thank you very much, Senator Victor Ume, Senator representing Anambra Central Senatorial District. Thank you for your time on the program.
Thank you very much. We remain hopeful that something will happen. By the time this budget is implemented halfway, we'll see how it will ease off the strength in the economy and the hardship on the people.
We'll return with more questions for you at that point. Thank you, Senator Victor Ume.
Thank you very much.
The Anambra State government has inaugurated the students' wing of the Operation Clean and Healthy Anambra, known as OCHA NANS. The parent body, OCHA Brigade, tasked with the responsibility of ensuring a clean, green and orderly state, has a renewed mandate from Governor Soludo to mobilize across board towards developing Anambra into a smart megacity. Inaugurating the volunteer students, the managing director and chief executive officer of the paramilitary agency, Mr. Celestin Anire, charges the students to collaborate effectively and help realize the vision of Governor Soludo in creating a cleaner and greener university environment.
The vision of creating a livable and prosperous homeland cannot be possible in Anambra State without a deliberate enforcement of law and order, especially in areas of environmental hygiene. To this end, Governor Chukwuma Soludo moves to empower the agency responsible for enforcing a clean and healthy Anambra State, charging them to mobilize more hands and collaborate with market and town unions, as well as academic community, to produce results for all to see.
And we want to commend you, one of those paramilitary agencies that help to keep Anambra moving. So I've come to thank all of you. We must keep on. Health is wealth, and cleanliness is the next to godliness. Our target is that Anambra will become the cleanest state in Nigeria. We want to build a livable and prosperous homeland.
With this mandate, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Ocha Brigade begins to expand the frontiers of collaboration, which brings him to the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, to get the buy-in of students.
The idea of Ocha is to be able to give information, whereby men of Ocha Brigade working in conjunction with the NANS-Ocha, the Nigerian Police, AVG, we enforce that and make sure that they comply and do the right thing and make sure that we have a clean and healthy environment.
Ocha Brigade is set to partner with ASWAMA and the school management to enforce cleanliness as a culture among students and the residents of Nnamdi Azikiwe University community. Victoria!
Inauguration of the volunteers is next, after which the University Dean of Students' Affairs commends the volunteers for taking the bold step and urges them to be at their best.
Life does not revolve on paperwork. I expect you to be good time managers. You don't have to be at it when you should be in class. Obviously, you don't have 24-hour class. Am I correct? There are spare time. So it's about being able to manage your time appropriately.
Students' wing of Ocha Brigade, it's highly commendable, and I believe that together, if we work in partnership with Ocha Brigade, we'll be able to conquer many grants.
The volunteers will receive regular training and proper supervision during the operation to ensure effective service delivery. They're encouraged to embrace the saying that charity begins at home and apply that to achieve a clean and healthy campus.
And that's it on the program. Join us again next time. I am Bukola Koka.